Oh yeah, the water bots.
Right, we're all set and we are live. So, okay, so let's go now, guys. Hello and welcome. IDRL SAH Championship Season 2, Episode 7. This is Zine Drone Racing versus the Kalinga Krakens. Today is the 18th of July, and we have our really a good commentator from Bangalore back with us, Rathi FPV.
Hello
And
guys, how you guys doing?
great to have you,
Been a
Rathi,
long
back.
time. Yes,
And
yes.
some of your hardcore fans have been missing you, so maybe you can owe them an explanation either now or sometime later during the race. But
Probably during the race. We'll save that for during the race.
okay, so some new graphics, as you can see, guys. We are making it even more professional with each race. This is ZDR versus the Kalinga Krakens. The new IDRL SAH Season 2 logo is there as well. And firstly, if you are having any video or audio issues, do let us know. Or if it's coming clean, give us a thumbs up. So let's go up with the lining at ZDR. Captain Devnath is leading from the front. Air Toast is the wingman. And then we have Logic as the airman. Right opposite Devnath is Dabata, the currency of IDRL, and he's playing the captain. Also, Hornet FPV is playing the wingman. And finally, we have the spectacular Oni FPV, who has qualified first into the race. So we will be showing you the table right now. You can see at the bottom left, this is the lineup. Devnath is going to go head versus Oni. Logic is going to go head on versus Debata. And Air Toast is going to go head on versus Hornet in a round of 10. And we are going to follow the same principles. But this time we're going to reduce the timing between each of the rounds to 45 seconds. And we will be quickly getting through the races. Again, one point will be allotted to the people, pilots competing internally, and 6 pilots will be going at once. Also, round number 10, there are only 3 points. Just to recap for our viewers, only one pilot will be running away with those crucial 3 pointers. So let's see if it comes down to that very end. And right now, we're going to take you straight into the pit area. And there you go. We have a beautiful night drone racing track lined up for you, and it's magnificent looking. You can see some of the pilots already practicing. We are watching Air Toast right now, taking his time to practice the track. We'll show you around the track through multiple angles out here and see if we can get some better views. We are looking at the top view out here. Let's follow some other pilots. Oni FPV is from the Kalinga Krakens, and he will be looking to really take it all up against Devnath. Let's see where Logic is. He's one of the faster pilots out here at IDRL, has performed exclusively well, and he's going to really lift up his captain Devnath and show his tremendous form that he has been in. So, and finally, we have the captain from the Kalinga Krakens, Dabata. He will be looking forward to his game as well as the boys and keeping them all motivated throughout the race. And that's Devnath, who is showing us the FPV view of the track. So overall, a gorgeous track. You can see the overview of the track shown by Devnath out there, and that was a wonderful view. and he's already doing some kind of freestyle out there. So thank you so much, Devnath, for putting out those spectacular views for our audience. Now, without any delay, well, first of all, Rathi, if you can give us a quick feedback about the game itself, the anticipation, and also, the racetrack itself. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey Karan, what's up? So firstly, I would like to say this is a very gorgeous looking track, but obviously don't be fooled by it. I mean, it has a lot of complicated obstacles, a lot of left turns, and left turns are not my strong point. And I mean, you can see that with the timing that I've set up in this track myself, I barely got around to doing a few laps. But from what I did notice is uh, it's a very complex track, and it's perfect for these guys because as we have seen, Devnath, Debata, Oni, FPV, all these guys are very good when it comes to the sim racing, and they've always performed spectacularly, especially Oni FPV coming in from pretty much nowhere and beating his own captain Debata.
Fantastic. So that was a quick overview, Bharati, and taking the blessings also of our sponsors. Thank you so much. The main sponsor, GetPBS.in, One Martian Bay, IRC, Quadcopters, and Zine Drone Racing. And also a big thank you to Rex FPV from IRC, who has done some wonderful graphics that you saw at the intro. So thank you so much, Rex. If you would like to get some custom designs and logos made, do go to rex.png on Instagram. Now we are going to take you back into the pit area and give about 45 seconds. Let's go out here and start the timer for 45 seconds. And within 45 seconds, the pilots are expected to be on the pit area ready for their first round out there.
Karan, I think you've left.
Oh, okay. Something happened
Yeah,
out
I
there.
became the race manager for some reason.
Okay, I'll join in again.
What?
Yep, I think have some issues with Velocidrone out here. I have to restart it mostly.
Okay, let's just get that done
Yeah.
firstly. Oh shit, even I left by mistake. One second. One second. One second, guys. By mistake.
Okay, so
Wait, what happened exactly? Oh
oh,
shit. My
so
bad.
so is the server
Uh,
gone down? Do we have to bring up the server once again?
just join it, I think. Yeah. My bad, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll put up the
Hornet FPV, you're supposed to change your color. Please change your color. He's still at Aqua, while his other teammates are probably colored.
All right, I'm back in. Okay, so I'm going to join the session back. Okay, so if you can pass on the race manager to me, Rathi. I'm joined in. to hide players. Okay, flying. Everybody's set. Rati is spectating. Okay, we lock the server and okay, I think we're set. So let's continue streaming out here.
Yeah.
So
Karan,
guys,
can you just do a test run before?
yeah, you
Because
can take a test run, guys.
Hornet, guys, Hornet has, yeah. Also, please set my screen right on the
Yeah,
stream.
I'm doing that. So thank you, viewers, for your patience.
Okay,
Just
open the
have.
session. Karan, open the session, please.
Okay, hold on. Okay, it's unlocked. All right. So are you joined in back? Okay, there you go. Uh, Rati, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
clearly
cool.
hear you.
Okay, guys, so let's go. 30 seconds have started for you. And after 30 seconds, the 5 second timer is going to start for round number one. Viewers, we are back. A little bit of a technical glitch. The Velocidrone broke out at my end for some reason, but we are back in good shape. So continue your comments, and if you find anything glitchy, do let us know. But looks like we have a solid stream going on now. It's going to be ZDR versus KKR, and 30 seconds are up, pilots. So let's get going with the first round.
Yeah, first race. Let's hope to have a very good race, Karan.
Yep. There you go. We are following the eyes of Devnath right away. It is his FPV view that you are seeing on the screen. Excellent flying out here, straight into those, sort of Christmas trees, doing those loops, going through that square gates in a series. But Devnath is having some kind of stuck issues. Let's see some of the other pilots. Air Toast is actually going head on with the Logic, and Logic is in the lead at this point in time. So Logic is looking really good. Look at that, the incline, and then you have to come down on that tower gate. So this is a pretty hard track, Rati, as you had said correctly. But so far, how do you look at the game? Air Toast and Logic pretty competitive at the first spot out there.
Yeah, I think I've been seeing Devada's FPV view, and in the start he had told me I had discussed the track with him, and he told me it's fine, it's not that complicated, but I can see that at one point he is failing on and on and on, and because of which he is at last gate, and he had not set a time up till today, and the lack of practice is showing, and that's really sad for Devada as he's supposed to be the role model for his team, but it looks like he's crashing everywhere pretty much.
Yep, he's right now at the last spot, and Oni FPV is doing fairly well. These are still early days, mind you. So each of them are really getting warmed up, including Devnath, and Logic will be supposedly seeing some better performances coming in. But at this moment, Air Toast looks like he is leading the pack, and he is about gate number 64 on lap number 2. Uh, Pretty large number of gates, but these gates are also stacked close to each other. So the length of the
I
track,
think pretty much a lot of the gates do count as one, or I mean, each of the frame that you pass through is going to be counted as one gate. But over here, obviously, that itself is just one whole element. But as you can see, like the FEV feed that he just came across those rectangular gates, and each one of those rectangular gates is counted as a gate, and that's exactly why you have almost 68 gates in this race. But they aren't that complicated, and it's actually super simple to get through this track. the more challenging aspects of the track are going to be the 3 dive gates that are in this, and the big the big dive gate at the end of the track, or
The one
just
that,
before the starting line.
yeah, the one
That
that they've
is
not
very
really did.
complicated to get in one shot, and it's surprisingly very difficult. I mean, it's not. It's unsurprisingly very difficult to do this with ease. Karan, you'll have to recrop me. I think a part of my face is going away somewhere.
Okay,
And yeah, also Hornet was on spectate mode this whole time.
he was in spectate mode. Okay, so what do
So
we
what
consider?
will we be seeing
Uh, well, I had set him
that
up for flying.
You'll have to tell me the rules about that.
Yes, so whoever was okay, so I see that. So probably,
But it does still show that he is spectate.
hmm,
So I don't think that is I don't think we allowed Hornet to race in this round, and I think the
yes.
best what do you think will be the best possible scenario to tackle such a problem?
Yeah, we hadn't really accounted for this in the rule book, but should be mentioned out here. So, yeah, we'll take the official decision
Okay.
of rerunning this first round, pilots, unfortunately, but we will have to go for the round one again. So, a restart for the race,
Yeah.
and let's log the server. Everybody just confirm that you're flying. Yes,
Yeah,
accept me
Hornet
and fly.
is in this session, but he is being put on spectate mode. Now he's back to flying mode, guys. So that's good news. We can always see that we can always see Hornet flying again now. And now let's see what the race looks like.
Okay, guys, so 20 seconds until the next, until round number one. We are restarting.
Karan, let's just do a test run. Let's just do a test run because I think we shouldn't have any more issues.
Okay.
All right, let's just have a test run.
That's how the pilots are taking off out there.
No, two pilots. Okay. Uh, Vishal has not crossed yet for some reason. Toast FEV
Okay, what seems to be
has
the issue
Toast
with?
FEV disconnected. Please just take off once.
Okay, so air
Okay,
toast is
fine.
there.
All right.
Fine. Okay, guys, wasting no more time. Let's go ahead
Chalo,
with the round
then
number
let's
one.
proceed with the race.
Yep, there you go. At the count of less than five, guys. Let's turn our attention, zoom in a little bit towards the pilots. They're taking off underneath that big tower.
And we can see that the race has
Yeah,
started. They're not taking up first place. Logic having a very late takeoff. I think he did get a little confused, but we should see a very good comeback from Logic's end because he is, though he is pretty young, he's also one of the rather faster pilots of the virtual world.
he definitely is. Right now, Oni is in the lead along with his captain at position number two. Let's look at Oni's feed right away. Looking fantastic out there. He is gaining momentum with round number one. So we scrapped out the first round. Those viewers who have just joined us, thank you first of all for your patience. And we are right in the mood right now to take it all the way to round number 10. And the pilots are in the mood as well. So a large number of gates, as Rathi was saying, that each gate is counted individually. That's why we see the number of gates. But it looks like all six pilots have taken off. Hornet wasn't expected to be at spot number six. Oni definitely was expected. It's a tough competition at the top spot between Oni FPV and Devnath. Devnath is got the shoulder of responsibility to take ZDR as the captain from the front. He has some help coming in, but not too close also. Logic is the airman. Ato should be really closing in towards the captain. And right now, Oni and Devnath are really following in and out. We are tuning into their feeds. Look at that. We are on the top deck. This is some kind of an I think it's some kind of an ocean out there. It looks really magnificent. There's a blue hue out there, and it looks like you're on some kind of a floating ship or something on the top deck. but it's a gorgeous track, and it looks really nice in these different colors in the night. Also, you can see the recharge gate out there for the viewers who are not familiar with the recharge gate. It's something that recharges your batteries and allows you to continue on long tracks. So Rathi, Devnath and Oni really competing head-on at the first spot out here, and they are very, very close next to each other.
Yes, only FEV did crash out once, and then you can see Devnath being in only FEV's feed, and only FEV has to redo this gate. But it looks like they are head on head with each other, and they've just finished a few seconds apart from each other. Devnath obviously taking up the first place. Well done to Devnath. I think he is stepping up to the role of being the captain. For the first race, we saw that Devnath did crash in the start, but he managed to just about get it together at the last bit and just tracked his consistency all over again.
So Airtos now in the green trench, moving towards the finish line. He is almost done diving into that really crazy tower head out there. Hornet is about to complete as well. He's nearing about 3 or 4 seconds away, and he should be done with that last jump into the deadly tower of death out there. And that's how the pilots have to complete the track. Really a beautiful track out there. So
All right, so
let's, yeah, Raki, you can go
also
ahead.
adjust my video. It's not being shown properly on stream. Yeah, I'll take over for commentating for now while you fix
Sure.
this issue. So whereas 2 points went to Zine Robotics, Zine Drone Racing, sorry, um, and for starting the stream, we saw that Devnath actually threatening Airtoast, saying that if Airtoast does not win even one of the races, then he will be in hot soup because last time Airtoast did let the team down with the amount of technical issues that he had. But I think he has managed to save his skin.
Beautiful. So right now it's a 2-1 scoring. ZDR is on the lead, and it's just a 1-point game. Of course, very early days. But just to confirm, Devnath defeated Oni. Oni was really looking solid, but Devnath came back and really pitched it 4 seconds away from Oni to take the lead. And round number one goes to Devnath, and then against Logic and Dabata. Dabata won that round. So Dabata picks up 1 point for his team as the captain, and Airtoast finally, as the airman, picks up the point against Hornet. Hornet will really have to come back into this series in the next round. So your 30 seconds pilots have started right now. Let's keep it to 30 seconds. That would be enough time because we have a long series of rounds, and also the track is quite large. So that's about the practice time that you will be getting.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. I think Devnath. I mean, sorry, Karan. We can start the race.
Sure. So let's go ahead, guys. We are starting in less than 5. Watching right now through the eyes of Hornet. Let's see how fast is going to take off from the
And we
podium out
see
here.
that the race has started.
Yep.
Devnath coming in first, followed closely by Airtoast, but I think Devnath and Debata, both the team captains, are fighting it out there. That looks fantastic. If we see Debata's FEV view, we can see that he is just having a bit of an issue, and he has been overtaken by almost all the field except for Hornet FPV.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a sudden jump by Oni and a fall from Dabata. Devnath is looking solid at number 1, but Dabata will be very keen to come back at spots number 2 and 3. Meanwhile, some action going on right there at spot number 3 and 4. Interesting would be to look at Airtoast and Logic. They are competing well, they are part of the same team. Now, Devnath has fallen down to spot number 1. So the race is really getting quite heated up between Oni and Devnath. Those are the pilots to really catch into this race. Let's see if we can have a better view of those pilots. Look at that. They are really cleaning it up, against each other. Devnath in a slight bit of lead. Oni got a little bit stuck out there. Devnath in a very, very good flow at this moment. He's doing everything, and he's looking good for spot number 1. But can Dabata? Well, look at that. Dabata and Air Toast going head on now. They are at both about 2 to 3 gates away out here, and Dabata is really inclined now. Dabata is about 1 gate away from Air Toast. That's really, really close, and now Air Toast has climbed up. He's really playing the wingman. Yeah.
I think only if he just had a big crash at the Tower of Doom, as you said, and that has costed him quite a bit of position. He's dropped down from second place, competing with Devnath, to coming down to fourth position, competing with his own team captain. And you just see that Debata is overtaking Air Toast here. I think Air Toast did have a bit of a issue with his drone, but no, you can see that both of them are fighting it out with each other. Debata just getting ahead, and only FPV getting ahead of Air Toast as well.
So overall, we have Air Toast going down now. Devnath has completed, and Dabata has come back. Look at that. As the captain, he has really shown how to get back into the race, but at the very last end, actually overtaken by Oni. That was very, very cheeky by Oni. Should have,
I think you
yeah.
can see, I mean, you can see it's like 0.6 milliseconds apart from each other. That's actually a very close finish from both of them.
And the only one remaining now is Hornet. Hornet looks like didn't have some kind of good
The race
practice,
as
but
well.
yeah, and he's really struggling right now at spot number 6. It's not really his true potential, but sometimes the tracks just don't fit the pilot's skills or what they are usually comfortable with. This is probably one of those tracks for Hornet. And let's get the points going right now. We have Devnath once again picks up that 1 point for ZDR and cruises along Oni, and Dabata picks up that 1 point. Both the captains picking 1 point, and against Logic and
I
Air
think
Toast.
again we see that.
Yeah, it's the same draw
Correct.
actually. Yeah. So it's a 4-2 game right now. And if you can just look at the bottom scorecard, that's where everything is live updated for you, viewers. So you can see that.
Airtos picking up another point. Airtos is actually being one of the more consistent pilots, and he's helping his team actually excel by maintaining a constant lead against Hornet FPV.
Yeah, I mean, he has been really a surprise package. I didn't really expect Air Toast. I mean, the way that he was even really practicing, it felt like he was really, not really serious about the track. But now that he's really showing his skills, he's going to be a formidable asset for his ZDR team and the captain. So well done, Air Toast out there. And Hornet should be really getting together his game if he has to come back into the rounds. So guys, about 15 seconds to go, and let's start the race in about 10 seconds. Thank you, viewers, for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. We are streaming live across the world. This is IDRL Season 2, Episode number 7. Let's go, pilots, at the count of less than 5.
Okay, we can
Let's, yeah.
see that the race is starting again.
Beautiful look at the third person view. Look at that. They're going through that building structure over the roof on the terrace, and all those gates out there are
Karan, you've already started the race. They're already racing.
yeah, I am commenting out there. So Logic is in the game right now. Let's look who is at the spot. Devnath is really taking on the top spot, and Oni and Dabata are closely
Uh,
competing.
I think Karan's good.
Is my voice coming in?
I don't know exactly what's going on. It's more technical.
Okay, it's fine. Everything is looking good, Shreyas.
Karan, the race has already started.
Yes, I
Okay,
know.
I think Karan's voice is lagging crazily. I don't understand what's going on in the stream.
Can you hear me now?
Can
It's all good. I mean, for the viewers, they say it's all good. Rathi, I think this is because of that NDI thing. You are, I think there's some problem with your
can the
end.
people
Yeah,
properly? It
yeah, there's a break in your voice as
appears
well.
that
But
Karan is insane. I don't know what's happening. Why we can't hear him? Yes, yes.
everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. It's just Rathi is a little bit delayed here with the voice. So let's get going now. You're seeing Devnath right here and Dabata through the FPV view into that green trenches, then coming into that really rock on recharge gate, and then the final tower of death. They have to go back into that building, come around the terrace. That's such a fascinating part of the track. And when you really try to map it in your head, it feels like a dreamland. All those really crazy colors out there. It's a fantastic night of racing out there. Dabata is really maintaining his lead, but Devnath is really progressed far away into the track.
All right. Let's just carry on. I
And
thought we had a lot of lag from your voice because
he's also
you
playing
started the
for
race
D1
and
Racing
yeah.
Legend.
Anyway, now we see that yeah, Devnath has completed the track again, and this time in record time. Whereas Dibata is a few too many gates behind Devnath. I think he is just at the Tower of Doom, and he has finished the race.
Yep, Debata has completed the race, and so has Oni. And
Logic FEV just losing out to Oni FEV by 2 seconds and missing the chance to score points again this time. I think Atos has, sorry, Logic has been losing out to Oni FPV almost constantly, and there's a third round that Logic has not scored any points. All that Logic can hope is he either gets faster or Oni gets slower.
yeah. So viewers should be getting a hang of this track now from a visual perspective, where the pilots are flying around the track. So
Hornet
let's
FPV just finishing in.
Yep. So let's look at the scorecard and arrange the points. Devnath picking up that 1 point. Looks like it's going to be a clean sheet for him. He's
I think
maintaining
both the
that.
team captains are consistently scoring points for their respective teams, and the only difference is Air Toast is actually beating Hornet FAV. You can see between the times of Devnath and Hornet FAV that you can see the amount of, you can see the skill gap between the top pilot in IDRL compared to Hornet FPV, and you can see that their difference is almost 56 seconds.
Oh, wow.
We are having a small technical difficulty. I think Vishal or Airtos has disconnected, so we'll wait for him to come back.
Okay, so two
Please
minute
open the
2 minute
lobby,
timer.
Karan.
Yeah, 2 minute timer has started, guys, for whoever has disconnected out here, and we are strict on the timing. Exactly 2 minutes are starting now. So Air Toast has been disconnected. We're waiting for him. Yep, he's joined back, and he has to change the colors to red. And we have put him in flying mode. Just make sure, Airtos, that you're red. Okay, ready to go. 30 seconds now start for the next race. And the scorecards have been updated for
All
you guys.
right,
Exactly the
so
same.
looks like Airtos is back, and yeah, let's. Guys, can we get into racing? Yeah. Um, uh, Karan, do you want to do a small test run, or do we just
No,
go
no,
for
I think we are
racing
good. I
directly?
think we are good. No need of a test. Okay, guys, let's get going at the count of less than 5. We are all set. There's no need of
Do you
for
already
the
started?
testing.
This is
Uh,
a
we have already
Karan. Is
started.
this a test?
No, this is not a test. We already started. This is a race. Let's go with Dabata now. And Dabata and Devnath fighting it out at the very top out there.
It's the
Uh,
actual race.
yeah,
Karan, can we restart this? Can we restart? Yeah.
why?
Karan, you said it a little too late. What the hell?
No, no, Rati, there is some delay in your voice coming in. Your
This is an
voice,
actual race, guys.
Your voice is coming delayed, Rathi. So just let it be. I'm
Nothing. It's fine.
okay. So everything is fine here on the broadcast. Dabata is coming in now on the FPV channel here.
I think we'll have to figure this out in a bit.
Yeah.
They know this is the actual race.
Okay, let's just get to commentating because that's the interesting part. Logic is now
All
coming
right.
in for the FPV racing, FPV view. And let's see some of the other pilots out there. Devnath and Logic. Let's look at them from the third person perspective, following Devnath and Logic. Devnath really taking it up, and Logic right now really making it hard for his own captain. Logic is right up there in front of Devnath. And Logic is very, very young as well from Aurangabad, and he has made up time away from his studies as well to be competing in the SAH. So a really good pilot, and we'll see some of the other ones out there. Dabata as the captain. Is it going to be possible for him now to come back into spot number second? Because Devnath looks a good 15 gates away. Logic is about 10 gates away from his captain. And Oni FPV and Dabata. Oni FPV should be pedaling it along. I think he really takes it up on lap number 3, Oni FPV. So it's would be interesting to watch how far he's coming. You know, there you go. Dabata is being chased really significantly. Oni FPV is coming in. Oni FPV is about to overtake on the tail of Dabata. Look at that interesting competition between pilots of the same gate. And at the top as well, there was very close competition, just about 2 seconds away. Oni FPV has overtaken Dabata, and he will be probably the one who will be get. Oh, look at that. They are exactly at the same gate, and not sure who is going to really dive it up. But Oni FPV makes the kill out there, but really doesn't hurt the captain. And let's see the ones that are to finish. And Hornet FPV has actually done a little bit better. Oh my God, Hornet FPV had a chance to really come at spot number 5 out there. But let's look at that. I mean, coming back from the bottom, this is a really close one, about 500 seconds, 500 milliseconds between Air Toast and Hornet. It could have gone either way. And Logic and Devnath also pretty close. Oni FPV and Dabata were pretty close, but Oni FPV completing well ahead of his captain. So in terms of the scoring, it breaks away from the stereotype that we have been seeing so far from rounds number 1 to 3. And we have been seeing a pattern that you can see on the lower bottom of the scorecard. But now let's do this. Devnath has defeated Oni, so he scores that 1 point, maintains his clean sheet. Logic also beats out Dabata. Logic beats out Dabata, and then Air Toast. Let's see where he is. And Air Toast really coming in at the last moment to pick up that crucial point for ZDR. And, that really puts ZDR in a commanding position out there.
Karan, Karan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, can we get
Karan,
you?
there's a huge lag from your end, and I can barely hear you. I mean, I think we're having almost a minute worth of lag in between us, and it's really causing me issues to come in and commentate with you. And
I'm going
whenever
to
I
restart
think,
Skype. I'm going to restart Skype, so it'll be coming back on. We'll be getting Rathi back on. Let's call him from Skype.
yeah, asking if it was a test run, so because Airtos had disconnected, but you, yeah, Karan, I can't hear your audio at all.
Okay, so hold on. Rathi, can you rejoin your Discord? Can you quit Discord and rejoin, please?
All right.
Okay, so that should get us back into the same
Hello, Karan. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are we good to go?
Yeah, I think we're good to go then.
Okay, so
Uh, okay.
let's connect on
Let's
Skype
figure
once
it out.
again so that we can bring you on the video, and hopefully it should be smooth from here on.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah, so I'm giving you a call on Skype. All right, let's see, Skype.
All right. No, hopefully I'm connected now. And here's the video.
So that's the scoring right now until round number 4. We have 9-3, the scorecard as it looks. And
Karan, I don't think I've reflected on the stream itself.
no, wait,
At least the video.
hold on. I'm trying to bring you into the video. You're static on the video for sure, definitely. So, because you are not on Skype.
I am on Skype.
Yeah, but
We,
I disconnected. We had a
okay, okay.
disconnection.
Let's just fix up those things.
Yes, so thank you for those comments. Rati's voice was lagging, but now uh, he seems to be on the same level. Doesn't seem to be getting any lag.
We will let the pilots know when the race is starting as soon as we're done fixing up these issues in the live stream.
Yeah, the Skype is just launched. I'm going to give you a call. All right, so let's put the introduction screen out here. We'll be racing starting soon. Okay, can you see me, Rati? Are we on the call? Your video is not showing up. Okay, cool. So there we go. We have Rati back on, and that should be good. His video should be coming in. So, yep. So thanks, Rati, for that, and thanks, viewers. So we are all synced up now with the audio and video. Do let us know, Rati, if you further face any issues. But right now, we are looking good. So let's go ahead with the next race out there, next round, round number 5. And we are about to start the race about now.
Guys, we're starting the race. Let's go in 3, 2, 1.
Taking a side eye view of the pilots right now. And Hornet is the one. But Devnath is really, looking good out there. Once again, Oni FPV at the top, Dabata and Oni, both of them competing at the very top level out there. And they have really, looks like, practiced the track extremely well out here. Logic, meanwhile, is trying to climb in at spot number 2. Let's take a slightly different view out here. Some of these obstacles make it difficult to see the pilots around, so we have to shift the camera views. And
Devnath FPV has fallen down a lot of places and he's trying to gain back up. But we can see it's very close racing between Devnath and Air Toast. And we also see that Devata FPV is having a good race with Oni FPV. But all three ZDR pilots are on top. At least they were on top. Logic just got overtaken by Oni FPV. Hopefully, Devata can beat Logic and get uh, ahead of the pairing that he is put into with Logic FPV. But Logic FPV looks like he has stormed away from Debata, and looks like Debata is not going to score the point this time, and he will not be the more consistent point scorer for his team.
So Logic has dropped down to position number 4. Oni has taken the lead right now. Dabata is far away at position number 5. This is becoming even more interesting. Dabata about 20 gates away from his top pilot out here, Oni FPV, who qualified first. Devnath is also a little bit behind, but they are really neck and neck with each other, Devnath and Oni. But Air Toast has really taken it up out here right now. So let's follow Air Toast and Oni right now. Air Toast is about there, about 4 gates away. Oni is just in front of him. And let's see this from Oni's point of view, how it looks, whether
I
we can
think this is the
spot.
first time we can see that Devnath is going to not score for his team because he's quite far back. But you never know that he's just very much on the trailing end of Oni FEV. And if Oni FEV makes even one mistake, we can see that Devnath will go ahead of Oni FEV.
Yeah, I mean, they are now on the same gate. Oh my God, look at
That
that.
was such a close finish, about a second of difference. But this means that Oni FEV will score for his team for the first time this round, and Devnath will not be scoring for his team.
Wow, and there you're seeing the Air Toast from Air Toast. Logic is the one
Um,
coming in at 4.
Logic, FAV, and Atos scoring for their team. At least that makes sure that the deficit that the deficit of performance from Devnath in this round will not be felt in the overall scoreboards, and they have kept up the points scoring very consistent with themselves, getting just ahead. Getting ahead by quite a margin from the Kalinga Krakens.
So on Hornet FPV, we're still waiting for him. He's really far behind into the thing. Will not be waiting for the points to be updated. So let's look at the scoreboard once again. Oni FPV has defeated Devnath. So that's a surprise package out there. So Devnath actually loses his clean sheet against Oni, and Air Toast against Hornet. Atos has definitely won out there. He picks up that 1 point. And Logic against Dabata. Logic has in fact won out there. So it's 2 points for ZDR and 1 point for the team KKR. So the overall scoring, ZDR is still in the commanding position of 11 and 4 points at halftime. How do you see Rati with the 7 points margin and the kind of skill and so far the racing that has happened? Do you think that the tide can be changed right now from the KKR point of view and the fans that they are watching?
I think if only FPV keeps pushing out such stellar performances, we'll see that there'll be a quick shift in the tide where we'll see that it'll come down to the end race as to who has to win and who doesn't. And if Devata can does beat Logic and start scoring for his team again, that'll be really great for the team. We can see that Devata came about 12 seconds away from Logic this round, which is quite a mile away, I would say. So if Devata does overtake Logic and Oni FEV does overtake Devnath almost constantly, then we'll see that this race will come down to almost the last race, and the last race will be even more exciting than than it is usually. So let's look forward to that race. And how much more time for the race to start
Yeah,
again, Karan?
we can start in less than 5 pilots. Let's get going with the race without any further delay. Looking through the eyes of Logic, this is round number 6. Post the halftime, we are starting in, and every opportunity for KKR right now because they should be really ramping it up. Oni FPV and Dabata taking charge for their team. Devnath still maintaining a good lead. He's also been representing the D1 Racing Legends from IDRL. So he's doing pretty well, having a good round of practice, and especially practiced really well on this track. So Oni FPV is very close. Look at that. He's really
Oni FPV and Devnath are battling it out with each other. You can see that their back and forth looks amazing in the FPV feed. And you can see just the trail of Devnath's red drone ahead by a little bit from Oni FPV.
Yeah, looks gorgeous out there, isn't it? Devnath coming back into that start. Oh, look at that. Wow, what a
Oni
spectacular.
FPV just overtaking Devnath by a margin, and you can see that the amount of back and forth going on in between them is crazy. But the other two ZDR pilots looking very strong. Atost beating Hornet FPV by quite the few gates, almost half a lap ahead of Hornet FPV, and Logic also beating Debata by 30 or so gates, which is incredible because now I don't think until unless Logic has some sort of network discrepancies or huge crashes that Debata can catch up to Logic.
You know, I was really enjoying this, and I'm still enjoying Devnath versus Oni because it's really maintaining that very close gap. Oni and Devnath, especially that viewpoint where they come back into the terrace, looks like you know uh, brothers out there practicing, but it's actually very close competition out there. Oni this time takes the lead beyond Devnath, crosses him, and it's going to be very close because that 1 point is going to really matter for KKR right now. If Devnath picks up that 1 point, then it's going to be proving even more difficult for the KKR team.
But you
So
can see Devnath and Oni FEV are just battling it out so hard over there. I mean, this looks so exciting when it comes to the racing, when it comes to the racing perspective or the FEV perspective. You can see that Devnath just has a little bit of the edge in comparison with Oni FEV, and I think this will make Devnath finishing in first. I think his teammates will get the rest of the 2 points as well. Oni FEV just finishing up with Logic very close behind Oni FEV. The only person left for the ZDR team to finish is Airtos, and you can see that he doesn't really have too much pressure on him since Hornet FPV is quite far back.
yeah, and I love the way the pilots really come into that final tower. You know, like they just dunk in. It's like a basketball that they are into. So that's really funny, I thought. And Dabata was, I thought he would have done pretty well. He started off at the top position, but with position number 5, it looks scary. KKR will have to do pretty well now. He has completed, nevertheless, but round number 6 is looking in favor of ZDR. So Devnath leading from the front once again is back to recover his clean sheet, and against Oni. That was a very close match, by the way. Look at that. The best lap of both of them were hardly about 11 milliseconds away. And in the end, Oni fell apart, but they were gate to gate, they were milliseconds apart. So no question about that competition that happened. And Logic versus Atos, no, I'm sorry, Logic versus Dabata. Logic picked up the 1 point, and Air Toast,
And
of course, picked up that 1 point. So it's a clean 3 point win again for, well, not again, but they have done it on round number 4. So round number 6 is an exact repeat of round number 4. So that piles up the scoring to 14 points against 4, and this is not looking good for the team KKR. The Kalinga Krakens need to be really getting some kind of black magic going now if they have to really come back. They either need some kind of a Red Bull or a drink that's going to fly them away, give them some magical powers. Because ZDR is 10 points away. That's a hard score line to beat, given that only 4 points are remaining, 4 rounds are remaining.
I think we can get this other race started, and let's hope that Debata gets his form back and starts competing with Oni FPV instead of just going behind the ghost trails of Airtoast.
Yep. So pilots, let's get ready from the FPV view. We are starting in less than 5. Beautiful views to watch. Right in front is Air Toast, and Devnath should be coming in at spot number 1 already. And again, it would be very interesting to spot Oni versus Devnath, because they seem to have really synchronized amongst themselves. Actually, they are playing a sort of a rehearsal out here of the last match, and they are going to. But Oni has fallen a little behind. Now it's Air Toast versus Devnath, the dance between the two pilots of the same team. Logic is catching along with Air Toast out there, and Air Toast, interesting to watch from his FPV view. If we can spot Devnath right ahead in front, we should be able to see his trail in the front, because he is just about on the same gate. So Devnath and Air Toast, uh, the pilots of the same team, showing their skills out there. Look at that, the captain
Atos
leading.
just had a small crash, because of which it sets him back from Devnath. But we can see that Debata and Oni are having their own competition. Oni FAV actually climbing up the leads, overtaking Logic at the moment, and they're at the same gate. Um, Again, you can see Oni FAV how skilled he is and how hard he has practiced. It's coming to show in this race, and you can just about see that he is a few gates ahead of Logic, and he
Oh,
has
wow.
also overtaken Airtoast. Now, hopefully, Debata does overtake Logic. Logic is not very far behind from Debata, and Debata is pushing very, very, very hard towards competing against Logic, so he can get the one team that his team desperately requires. And we can see that Hornet FEV is still slacking a bit, still competing with himself pretty much, because his competition, who is Atos, is starting to compete with the top instead of competing with him at the bottom.
So Oni has made quite a good recovery out there. He was quite far behind Devnath and Airtoast and Logic actually, but he's now jumped into spot number 2. Devnath is a good 16 gates away from him, but he's quite ahead of Airtoast. I mean, Oni deserves a commanding space out here with respect to Airtoast. He should be finishing at the finish line in about a few seconds out there into his last tower jump at the end. And there you see, and Air Toast also will be jumping in. They're all dunking in their drones at the tower out there. Dabata again, not really proving to be efficient in this round. Seems to have lost his groove somehow. But that should only inspire him to do better in the next round. This round has fallen prey, not in favor of him. Air Toast and Logic and Devnath all taking away those 1 points. So Team ZDR, I believe, has taken all the 3 points once again out here. So they are really getting into their sheer metal out here of a performance, Rathi.
I don't exactly know why, but Debata may have lost a bit of his own. I don't exactly know what's going wrong with Debata, but he is doing a few silly mistakes, and I think to get his team at least back to a place where they can compete, he should be concentrating a little more and actually finishing the race without making the silly mistakes that he's making right now, because you've seen a very good performance from him in the first 5 rounds, and somewhere I think he has given up. Don't exactly know why. uh, but as you see, again, ZDR, they cleanly swept this round as well, scoring all the 3 points for themselves.
Yep. So pilots, enough time has been spent now. Round number 8 is about to begin right now. There we go, focused on the podium. All the pilots, get ready. And a quick pickup. We are seeing right now Air Toast on the front line. Oni and FPV really, Oni and Air Toast getting into their competition gear out here. Devnath looks to be coming in very, very close. All these 3 pilots, nevertheless, I mean, it's really too early right now in the round to really pick who is going to win this round. But
I
Oni,
don't I don't think Debata has taken off, but he is pushed into flying, and everything looks good on our side. Debata just taking off right now. I don't exactly know what went wrong here, but you can see Devnath has fallen quite behind from Oni FAV. Maybe Oni FAV just needs this much of a difference, and he can actually beat Devnath this time, taking the one precious point that taking away the one precious point that his team needs, since they have not scored any points in the past 2 rounds.
Oni FPV still dominating. Logic trying to get some closure to Oni FPV out here for his captain Devnath. Devnath is also going to come in really fast. But 2, 3, 4 spots, unless that's rappelled up by Hornet and Dabata, this team is endangered. Oni FPV seems to be the only wildlife creature out there right at the front line trying to do something for the Krakens. The Dragons need a little bit of a groove in from their ocean kind of a sleepover right now. They need to be woken up. And Oni FPV is trying to wake up Hornet and Dabata, but he is also finding it difficult. Lap number 3 is where we're going right now, straight ahead with Logic and Devnath. And Devnath has really come back from behind. Look at that. The trail you saw of Devnath, and Devnath is right in the front out there of Logic. Also coming in behind Logic is Airtoast. Let's look at his FPV feed. Airtoast is looking really good. As I said,
I
he has
think
been
we should be concentrating more on Devnath's feet, because we can see that Devnath is catching up to Oni FPV rather quickly, and you can see that they're they're pretty much just 2 gates apart from each other. And this is lap 3, this is where it counts, and Devnath is hoping that he gets all the 3 points for his team. But what is this? We can see that Airtoast has fallen down, and this is going to be a round where Airtoast does not score. Oh no, wait, never mind. Airtoast and Hornet FPV both are very close to each other. We just saw a zero point 0.2 millisecond, a 200 millisecond gap in between Oni and Devnath. Oni FPV just taking up first place. That was uh, obviously that was one of the more intense gaps, and we have seen closer gaps, but even in this race, but this is very close indeed.
So, in your experience, Rati, what is the closest time that the pilots have really gotten into, like in any kind of a race? Is that less than 10 seconds that you have ever observed, or probably even identical timings in terms of
I
milliseconds?
mean, uh, I don't think there's a gap of 10 seconds where I think we saw a brilliant race where I came in third place, but I did, I think in Kerala, I think in 2018, we saw the likes of Jayadwaj Malhotra and Flying Sid
Yeah,
actually
right.
compete almost till the last gate, and we saw that it was almost a photo finish, Flying Sid taking up the first place, where Jayadwaj taking up the second place, and I took up the third place. So I think that was one of the closest races that I've seen. And apart from that, the classic races of 2016 and 2017, where we saw Devesh Sharma and Manjunath, battle it out against each other, where they were usually 1 or 2 seconds off from each other. I
Right.
mean, those were the golden days of racing, huh?
Yeah, I mean, still remember those formidable memories that we have been creating at IDRL right from the start. Really miss those guys, Bangalore guys. I hope they are watching somewhere in the world and tuning in, because SAH seems to be really broadcasted everywhere, and Indians pilots, they are getting in the groove. Let's see the points right now. Logic has scored against Dabata for sure. Dabata landing up, unfortunately, in the last spot. Something is going wrong with Dabata. He needs to quickly recover out there. Oni FPV has defeated Devnath, so he picks up that 1 point. And then let's see who is the other one remaining. It's Air
I
Toast
think
versus Hornet. Air Toast one right there. And still on the dominating side is ZDR. ZDR really taking it away from the Krakens out there. It's 19 as to 5. Absolutely a complete domination by ZDR out here.
I think I finally figured out what the problem with Debata is. I think the last race we saw with the Kalinga Krakens was the whole Debata army, or the Debata bot army, that we had seen just chanting about Debata, like saying "Go Debata" and everywhere. Where the comment sections were completely flooded with just positive messages for Debata, and we saw that Debata was doing quite well when this bot army was there. I think Devata is missing his bot army by. He's just missing his bot army, and that's exactly what's gotten him completely upset.
Maybe for a reason, Dabata,
Um,
fans are not there to motivate him. Looks like, do we have any fans coming in with their chats out there?
Before that, let's just start the racing again. I think
Okay.
one of the one of the pilots has to go for for some other work, and let's just finish this racing quite quickly, and let's relieve them of this, and then we'll get Devata back, and we'll interview him as to why he was having a problem.
For
All
sure.
right, the race has started, and we see that Airtos is ahead. Devnath, Oni FEV again battling it out very close to each other. Devata FEV is actually making a comeback where he is ahead of Logic. Is this the comeback for Devata? Is this the kind of positive encouragement that we have to keep giving Devata, saying
Oh, look at that. Yeah, he's
he
definitely coming in for sure. And Dabata fans will be roaring Dabata, Dabata. That's going to be the call. But he's somehow being held up at Logic. He's dropped down to Logic. Logic is a formidable pilot. He's not going to give it easy away to Dabata because he knows the importance of every point and every match out here. On FPV, as usual, has really proven to be one of the best pilots. I mean, he looks ready for international. What do you think, Rati?
I think if you can stand up against the likes of Devnath, you have a very good shot of being in international races and actually being very competitive in international races. Uh, I think he has shown that he is going to be one of the more formidable opponents when the IDRL races get back to being in real life after this whole COVID situation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're definitely looking forward to seeing many of these pilots have really emerged right now from SAH, and we are really thrilled, really looking forward to see them sometime in October. Hopefully, I mean, the VIT edition, they are already preparing. So let's hope that event really happens as the Kickstarter for season 5 of IDRL. And before that, we have a surprise coming in early next week for you guys. Lots of surprises from IDRL side. And so stay tuned in for those posters and announcements on our social media. Devnath,
Sadly enough, we just see that Debata has fallen back down, and I don't think there is any hope of him competing and winning against Logic until obviously Logic FEV has some sort of disconnection or discrepancy from his side. But sadly enough, you can see that Oni FPV is ahead of, is losing out to Devnath as well and losing out to Logic FPV as well. Uh, it's just a sad round for Oni FPV, but maybe next race he does compete against Devnath like we just saw in the last race, and they are almost inches away from each other.
yeah, not sure what happened over there to on EFPB. I literally lost the feed, where he really got stuck. But look at that. Now Dabata is really getting in, but maybe a little too late at this point in the game. Air Toast.
I think we're gonna see Hornet FPV score for the first time this race because Airtos looks like he's not actually moving. Uh, I think I think the curse has caught up with Vishal here, and
Wow.
sadly
Oh, look
enough,
at that. He's going
we
to
will
get
see that.
closer and closer to Air Toast until
Oh
he
no,
really. Oh,
Airtos
really?
has taken off again.
Oh, wow. Oh,
This is
wow.
gonna be funny.
Look at that. But
I think all we
Hornet
can
looks to
say
be
is
in good
Vishal.
momentum out here.
Hopefully you lose. Vishal
Look at
just
that. Look
crash
at
a few
that.
more times.
We have to
It's
witness this
fine.
race. This is going to be some kind of a history in the making out here. And,
I think
it's
Hornet
kind of
FEV is
that.
now really trying.
Uh,
Hornet FEV is trying to get his lines in order, but Hornet FEV has a crash, and
oh,
it's
wow.
safe to say that Airtos will get the point again. Again, being the most consistent scorer for ZDR. Oh no, wait!
Oh,
Again,
what
we see
happened out
Hornet
there? Oh
FEV
my
has taken
God!
off.
Look at that at the very end. Hornet FEV coming in. Who's going to jump down out there? And Hornet. Oh my God!
Oh,
Oh
almost,
wow!
almost.
Look at that! Look at that
This
at
is
the
such
very end.
close competition in between Hornet FEV and Vishal, but Vishal just scoring it by by half a second. That was a fantastic race. I think Hornet FEV came so close to seeing points, but sadly enough, he was robbed of the points again by Vishal.
Oh my God. And, I thought that Airtos was just a kind of teasing Hornet, but it was really a turtle and a rabbit kind of a game right now. And Airtos really, the tortoise came back, the rabbit really came back in this case. And Hornet really couldn't hold on to that advantage given
I
away
think
by
I
Airtos.
think if if Hornet FE would have overtaken Vishal, the team captain would have been livid, and he would have probably gone and rung up Vishal right after this race, giving him a bit of a piece of his mind, I would say.
And look at that, at the bottom, 5 and 6, you look out there, Air Toast versus Hornet. We have 3 minutes, 49 seconds, 409 milliseconds. How close could have it gotten? They really were differentiated on that dive. Air Toast really dived in a little bit quickly than Hornet did. And that was the milliseconds. Really, I mean, it was just that last gate that proved to be
I think
500 milliseconds fatal to Hornet.
sadly enough, I think it was very good luck from Hornet FPVs that he got to get into such a close race, but it was also very bad luck. It was also amazing good luck from Vishal, just coming in the last millisecond, I would say, like the last few milliseconds, and just about overtaking Hornet FPV at the dive gate.
So scoreboard is looking really good now for ZDR. They
They
are,
take all the 3 points
yeah, all the
again,
3 points
and
once again. Complete,
now
I
I
mean,
think
22.
it's
Yeah.
now I think it's inconsequential as to who does what during this race. We will see, even if only FEV does take up the 3 points from Devnath, we'll be seeing that yeah, there is no difference, I would say, and we can say that this is Team ZDR's first win, and I think they'll be very happy about it as well.
Oh yeah, they lost to Hyderabad the last time around. Very, very tough team
I
coming in
think
to the
Hyderabad
SAH.
is going to be. I think Hyderabad is going to be one of the tougher teams for this, and they look so good. Law FPV again, the 17-year-old. He's pretty much addicted to sim racing, and you can always find him either playing CS:GO or sim racing, and it does really show even in real life races where he started coming in third place almost consistently.
Oh yeah, I mean those skills are really improvised. They develop over time. But I am very, very impressed with that pilot from Hyderabad, the captain Shady, and he's really making also India proud at D1 racing. So let's go ahead with the final round. I just wanted to say something. I mean, we could have really had something in the rule books that said, we could have had round number 11 given everybody's preference, and this could be the magic round where if somebody wins, that team really takes away all the points and wins the match or something like that.
I think we can obviously do. I think to make it more exciting, we can have a few extra points rewarded to the person who comes first, second, and third. Maybe we can do a bit of the F1 rules, I would say, based upon the scoring of points. But I think this system right now is fair, and it shows exactly the kind of skills on the pilot's ends, and I think keeping the scoreboard as is should be the best approach for us, because it has proven very I would say it does show the difference between the pilots pretty well in terms of everything, and it's much better if we do continue our points system in this way. So
Fantastic.
let's get
So,
on to the race.
yeah.
Let's get on to the last race, the finale.
And we are into the finale, round number 10. 3 points for the taking. One pilot will take it all, and they are up into the sky. Devnath leading from the front. Dabata right now is taking it all into the game for the KKR Krakens. Oni FPB also looking good, supporting his captain. Devnath has little support right now from Airtoast or Logic, because the second and the third spot are being really held away by Oni FPB and Dabata. So one of them has to topple over for Airtoast and Logic to come in. Hornet, meanwhile, in position number 6. Devnath is in complete domination. He is in gate number 53, about a good gate away. But Oni FPB and Devnath, anything can happen out here. This is the race and the competition to watch. So we are going to take a very good view from the side view of these pilots, because they are extremely close to each other. Anything can happen at the top. Look at that. Point 1, it's about 7 gates away odd. Oni FPV will be looking to quickly cover ground as much as possible, closely behind Devnath. He is closing in for sure. Devnath needs to be alerted, and he'll be feeling his fingers out here right now in the nerves. He has to hold it to the best of the grip. He has to really focus now. Oni FPV coming in close and close out here. Air Toast also has jumped up higher in position number 3. Oni FPV looking good at position number 2 with 6 gates away still. And Oni FPV coming about another close spot to Devnath. Devnath still maintaining high grounds out here in a professional performance, which has completely dominated this round and the match. So we are a good away. Devnath is a good, about 10 gates away from now. He's in a safe zone, but Oni FPV has the tremendous skill to come back from behind in the last lap and take it all away from any pilot at the top. So we will be really waiting and hoping that Oni FPV is able to repeat the same thing out here. Devnath is looking about 15 gates away now. Oni FPV and Air Toast. Air Toast is far behind. Dabata not having a chance to get into that second or the third position. It's going to be Devnath, and Devnath has won it.
I think Devnath setting up the fastest time of this entire race as well, with a 2 minute 11 seconds and 0.924 milliseconds. It was a very good race from Devnath. Oni FEV, you can see, is now relaxing his muscles. He's just like, okay, fine, what's done is done. Sadly enough, he does not win the 3 points that he requires for the team. Again, Devnath giving a stellar performance, getting the fastest lap of this entire race, I would say.
Yep, and Oni FEV, and looks like Dabata will be definitely easily completing at spot number 3. So it was a good recovery by these two pilots, but
I think if Debata did continue this form throughout his races, I think it'll
do we have you, Rathi, or did we lose you? All right. Oh my God, something went along. Well, anyway, so something has been messed up with my Velocidrone out here. In the nick of time, though, we'll be fixing that for the next one. But
I
so
don't
far,
think there is a next one. Oh yeah, I mean the next IDRL race, of course.
well, I mean, tomorrow it's going to be the professionals, D1 racing professionals for 19th of July. So we have back-to-back races now for the weekends. And so the final scoreboard coming back, Devnath has taken away with the fastest score of the match right now. And the final score line is 25 points against 5 points, a huge gap. And definitely ZDR deserves their due round of applause. So a big round of applause for Team ZDR. They have really practiced hard, and KKR needs to do some rethinking out there, going back to their drawing board and really coming in together to strategize head to head with the next match whenever it is. So, you know, the,
ZDR for winning for the first time. I think they all owe I think they all owe it to Air Toast, because Air Toast has consistently scored points pretty much all throughout the rounds, except for the last round where obviously his team captain setting the fastest lap and against the winning against everyone and setting the fastest lap of this entire racing track. Again, guys, this racing track is available on Velocidrones. You can download it if you search for the Stay at Home series. Um,
So yeah, this is actually a good way to, in fact, tell the viewers how to go about downloading some of the tracks. I mean, perfect in time that we have been quit from the lobby out here. And so you pilots and viewers, all you have to do is open up Velocidrone. This is the first screen that comes up, and tracks have been put up by IDRL. You go just to the track editor out here, and you can start practicing. So what you have to do is now go to download track out here, and then just search for IDRL, and all the tracks that IDRL has put up are out there. You can see out there The earlier match that we had yesterday between TRB and Pelicans is out there. Then the Night Factory is ZDR KKR, and also the one that we are doing with D1 Racing. The ones that are going to coming up tomorrow will be another IDRL and D1 Racing professionals, where some of the best pro pilots will be coming up. So that's how you do it, and then you just about go ahead and download this thing, and it will say that the track has been downloaded. And just like that, you download it, you say okay, and then you basically close this, go back to your track editor, and you will see that in your thing. And then all you have to do is once again go back and play a single player mode, where you can select your track which has been downloaded. So that's pretty easy. And also options you can gear up, but that I will leave for another day. But let's go ahead, and if there are any final words from Rati, or if we have to answer any questions that we missed out from our
I don't.
viewers.
Yeah, streams. Let's just flood ourselves with questions for me and Karan, and both the team captains. I think we can get both the team captains here and interview them as well.
For sure. So let's get Dabata first. If Dabata can come along, and we can have a word with you, the captain from the Krakens. All right, some questions coming in. When is the VIT IDRL? It's scheduled in October sometime. Mid-October is usually when we conduct it. Around 12th October is so far been the date. Last time we had done a very huge night drone racing track, and this time is definitely going to be even bigger. Then let's see what are some of the other questions. Meanwhile, Dabata, we are still waiting for you. If Dabata is not available, if Devnath can really come up, the winning captain, either of them is fine. You can come up and we can have a quick chat out here.
I think both of them are there, but I think you've muted them. So Karan, if you can just quickly unmute them. Yes,
Okay.
Devata, I can hear you. I mean, I can hear Devata here.
Okay, so we'll unmute them. All right.
All right, guys. I guess now the stream can hear you guys. Devata, do you want to say hello or anything to the stream?
Well, hello to the stream. I'm missing my bot army, obviously.
What
It's
exactly
finished.
happened with the bot army, Devata? I
So
think
we have
probably
a
quietly
we
about
have a very very important exam on Monday, and it's like if I ever tell my bot army I was actually playing right now, they would kill me. They would genuinely kill me. So
So you are saying that you actually put up IDRL to such a pedestal where you were
oh,
ready.
obviously. Anyway. I know, there's some important work I have to do right now, but IDRL has become a family, and IDRL has become a very big community. So I would put it on first priority all the time.
Talking about communities, Devata, sorry. I think you started one of the biggest communities out there, which is the Odisha drone community, and I think you have been heading it, and you are doing. I mean, you are one of the more inspirational pilots for them. So how does that responsibility bear out on you?
I think the best answer to that is the performance you see today and in the previous races. Oni started off from Odisha drone community, and so did Hornet, so did everyone. And instead of responsibility, it's kind of fun because, as you can see, Oni can kick my ass if you practice, right? So this way, everyone keeps improving. We compete against each other. To be fair, I got inspired by two communities. One was IDRL, one was the Bangalore FPV team. I wanted to mix the stringent practices and races from IDRL with the community feel from like friend feel from Bangalore FPV team. So that's why it came up like that.
That's always nice. So then we'll move on to Devnath. Devnath being the leading, I think, the head for Zion Drone Racing. Devnath encouraging his juniors, such as his junior today, Vishal, to come up to racing at such a high level. Devnath, how was that experience like for you? Teaching Vishal pretty much the basics of the drone, and what you had done pretty much. I mean, you had no guidance when it came to starting up racing and to guide another person. How was the feel?
Yeah, it was fun. I followed the same thing that I did. So that was basically putting a lot of hours on the sim and then going out and practicing in real life with an automated timer. So I think that strategy worked out pretty well.
I think, Devnath, you've been handling the timing systems for the IDRL races itself. How was that as an experience? I think I had met you at the time where you were testing this out, and we've had a little bit of fun with the timer where I
Yeah.
think I made a friendly bet against you and you actually won it and all sorts.
Yeah, we had a small race at your plot, and it was to get a GoPro, I believe. And yeah, having working on the timing system is great. It allows you to get real useful numbers from your flying, so it helps quantify your flying. So yeah, that's really helpful in
How
improving your
important
practice.
do you think the timer is, or I would say, like, would you rather do the same thing? Could you get away with just doing the DVR, or
No,
is the
no.
is the kind of data that you require? I mean, that you acquire. Sorry. From the timing system that is there right there at the field, even more important than it is to go back home, check out the timing, and then figure out everything else.
Yeah, the timing system makes it, a lot more convenient. If you had to time DVR, you would have to watch it. But, the timer feeds it into an Excel sheet, which we can, later analyze and check out where we can improve our performance. So in that way, obviously, the timing system is much far, far better. Yeah.
Karan, do you have any questions for both our team captains as to what their plans are going into the future of the stay-at-home series?
Oh yeah, I mean it's still going to be a long schedule for them. Both of them, the next races, I think ZDR picks up 1st August versus the Bombay Brigadiers, and they going to be really preparing for that one. Also, Kalinga Krakens. Well, Kalinga Krakens, this was their last one of the qualifier stage. We'll be seeing them on the knockout stage, depending upon how they group up for the points. So Devnath, first of all, thank you so much to lead your team and a brilliant, brilliant performance on today's track and the race. First of all, how did you find the track? Was it competitive enough, advanced level enough, or was it just a piece of cake for a pilot like you?
Yeah, track was mostly intermediate, I guess. I think it would be pretty challenging for beginners to find really fast lines in this track, but
Everyone in the
overall,
comment section, just please
yeah.
spam Devnath saying, "Okay, man, you're too pro."
No, yeah, the track was pretty intermediate for me personally, and I really have to commend Oni FPV from Team KKR. He has really stepped up and shows like if he pushes himself a bit more, what he could bring to the team.
Wow,
I
fantastic.
think,
Yeah,
yeah.
go
All
ahead, go
right,
ahead.
Karan. Any more questions? No, I was asking you itself. Do you have any questions for Debada especially? I mean, seeing that he does have an important exam lined up for Monday, and he still gave us time. I think. Thank you so much for that, Debata. I think this racing was very exciting because of you being here.
Yeah, I just want to there was a moment when I think Dabata, you were really kind of trailing away from the match or something went on. Was it psychological or, we're just not getting.
No. I actually messaged. Next thing I have to buy is not a motor or something. I have to buy a simulator cable. So I am currently holding my simulator cable him on Discord. That is like what happened. I'm like I can't even I get distracted very easily, which is why I try to mute Devnath all the time. I'm having I've become who's that? Austic FPV in terms of my simulator cable. I'll go buy a new cable soon so that this doesn't happen again. At one moment I even complained I couldn't take off, and then I realized, oh shit, it's completely gone.
Wow.
So yeah, but no excuses. Devnath flies really, really well, and ZDR will be a formidable opponent, and we'll practice much better so that we can take them on next time.
Only FPV on the comment section saying that I had exams too, and tomorrow is the deadline for the on the assignment submissions. I think Only FPV. I don't think your team would have done as well. I mean, you were really sticking it to Devnath, I would say, at
True.
one point in time, wherein Devnath was just falling a little short behind Oni FPV, and I think without only FEV's presence in the Kalinga Krakens would not have the competitiveness, and I think you are one of the more integral parts of the team. I mean, you can race without Debata, but you can't race without you.
Oh wow. Wow.
Personally,
Dropping
versus
transmitter,
Debata.
selling crossfire, everything, just leaving racing instantly.
That's actually not true because Debata scored more points than Oni this match. So
I would, yeah, but only again was paired up with you. But if we, I mean, you are the best sim racer. I mean, not you. I mean, Aman or Shady is the best virtual drone racer here in India, and you come into second place. But I think if he was holding up his own against you and scoring a few times as well, I think you got to give only FV props because if this was a match compared to some of the weaker teams like the Punjab team or something like that, you could have seen that only FV was pretty much carrying his team.
yes, for sure.
True, true. Oni has huge amounts of natural talent and he practices very hard. He practices over 8 hours, 9 hours. God knows how long he practices. He can, with talent and hard work, he's a killer combo.
Are you really happy about the fact that you found him, Debata, or
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
would you
So
have let him slip to maybe some other team?
obviously not. I want him there because then he compels me to fly faster. If he would not have set a time today, then nothing would have made me set a time today as well. He's the reason why I'm flying essentially.
Okay, that's a good amount of banter. Karan, any last words, any closing words so we can relieve Devata from this chat because I think he has an important exam to get to.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that was actually a news to me that you were focused more on this than the exams. But our blessings are with you. All the best wishes for exams. They will definitely go well. Quite opposite to the result of this one. So yeah, I mean, overall, again, I mean, a very good performance, and sometimes it's just the lineup of the pilots internally and things like that. So again, thank you so much for coming in tonight, both of you and their teams and the pilots also. A big thank you. So definitely good luck, Dabata, and good luck, Devnath, for the next one against Bombay Brigadiers. So viewers, this was what we had for the show tonight. And lots of your comments we will be reading and replying offline. Right now, it's about to close here. We are thankful for Rathi to rejoin us, and he never told us the reason for not being there for the last two things, but maybe we can extract that information later on. And
Yeah, I think I'll leave this for the later on part, or probably the next race, when when I have the concrete results as to why even I was absent.
all right,
I'll
so
make up a good reason for it. Don't worry.
and some final words here. Just reminders on the schedule. Tomorrow is the D1 racing across IDRL professionals. With D1 racing, the top pilots, IDRL from pro pilots are going to compete out there at 3 p.m. Do join us Indian Standard Time. And also do join us on the community. If you are a new pilot, go to droneracingindia.com and sign up or just search for IDRL. Also follow us on our YouTube, Instagram, and other social media. So that's what we have so far from our Mumbai studios from the IDRL Theatre. And thank you once again. Good night and sweet dreams. Good luck. Thank you so much.